Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
New $460 million mental health facility for Westmead by Mary Ward, May 2, 2022. 5.00 Save login, register or subscribe to save articles for later. Share normal text size, larger text size, very large text size. The state government has promised to build NSW's largest mental health hospital in Western Sydney within the next 5 years, amid concerns about rising rates of self-harm and distress in young people. A $460 million integrated mental health complex will open at Westmead Hospital's campus in 2026. The new facility will see the end of 170 years of mental health care at Cumberland Hospital, which was first designated an asylum in the 1840s. Cumberland Hospital will shut to make way for a $460 million new mental health campus at Westmead. Credit, Edwina Pickles. More than 1.47 million people are expected to call Western Sydney home by 2031, and this development will ensure our diverse communities have access to world-class mental health care, replacing the outdated mental health facilities at Cumberland Hospital, Premier Dominic Perrottet said. A spokesperson for Mental Health Minister Bronnie Taylor said what would happen to the Cumberland Hospital site, which was part of the infamous colonial Parramatta female factory and became a lunatic asylum in 1847, was yet to be determined. In December, the state government announced its intention to turn the nearby female factory building into an art gallery. Professor Vlasios Bracolias, Executive Director of Mental Health at Western Sydney Local Health District, said upgrades to the state's hospitals, the Westmead project, is in addition to the state government's $700 million mental health infrastructure program, meant facilities would better suit modern care for mental health. It is an old-fashioned model of care where people go into an institution, basically, he said of the treatment Cumberland was designed for. Sensory rooms, kitchens and gyms for patients are common features of newer mental health units, which Bracolias said were more focused on recovery and informed by the likelihood patients have experienced past trauma. The facility can be a test for whether someone can live independently. Whereas the older facilities do not have those capabilities, Bracolias said. We want to show people there is a world outside the hospital walls, and we want to equip you to be in the community. The new campus will include a mental health acute assessment unit, acute mental health beds, including for youths, adolescents, adults, older people and people with eating disorders, sub- and non-acute beds, ambulatory and outpatient services, and education facilities. Not just in Western Sydney but across the state, that we have seen an increase in presentations of young people with self-harm, Bracolias said. Teenagers presented to NSW hospitals almost 11,000 times for self-harm and suicidal ideation in between January and October 2021, up 41% on the same period in 2019, prompting mental health experts to warn about the lingering impacts of the pandemic, particularly on communities who were under the strictest lockdowns. Last month, a 30-bed mental health unit opened at Blacktown Hospital, following the closure of its separate mental health facility, Bungarabee House. Bracolias said locating mental health facilities within hospitals would ultimately lead to better care. We also think this can lead to reduced stigma. People are being treated like they have been admitted to any other part of the hospital. Health Minister Brad Hazzard said people receiving mental health treatment could more easily access care for other conditions at the new facility. Many people living with complex mental health conditions are also living with physical health conditions, such as diabetes, and cardiovascular and respiratory disease. Co-location of mental health services with Westmead Hospital will maximize the opportunities for mental health teams to work alongside other health teams to ensure timely assessment and care planning, he said. The Morning Edition newsletter is our guide to the day's most important and interesting stories, analysis and insights. Sign up here. Thank you for reading the Herald. This article is complimentary. Register or log in now to read more articles and unlock extra benefits. No payment required. Read more. Continue with Google, continue with Apple, or email address continue by continuing. You agree to your personal information being collected under our privacy policy and accept our terms of use. Hide content.